Good morning, students. In this video lesson, we will discuss about potentiometer and its applications and few numericals based on it. So let us start our discussion. What is potentiometer? Potentiometer actually consists of an wooden board like this. A long wire made of constantan or manganese is stretched over this wooden board like this using metallic strips. These are the two end points of the wire across which a screw is connected, and any connections we made in this potentiometer through these two terminals. So this is potentiometer. On what principle potentiometer works? It says when a constant current is maintained across a length of a wire of uniform cross-sectional area, the potential difference across a portion of the wire is directly proportional to length of that portion of the wire. So let us try to understand. Suppose this is your wire and B is the potential difference across the ends of the wire. I is the current flowing in the wire and R is its resistance. So using Ohm's law, we can write B is equal to I into R, or B is equal to I into rho L by A, or we can write B is equal to I rho by A into L, or B is equal to K into L. I rho and A all are constant. We have maintained constant current across the wire. So finally what we get? V is equal to K into L, where K is a constant quantity. So we can write P is proportional to L. That is, potential difference across a length of a wire is directly proportional to its length. This is the principle of potentiometer. Now what is K? So K is equal to V by L, fall in potential per unit length. So this is known as potential gradient. Fall in potential per unit length is known as potential gradient. We have discussed, we can write, when a constant current is passed through a wire of uniform cross-sectional area, the potential drop across any portion of the wire is directly proportional to length of that portion. And theory portion we have just seen. Now, application of potentiometer. Potentiometer is used to measure the EMF of a primary cell. It is used to compare the EMF of two primary cells. It is used to measure internal resistance of a primary cells. So we have to learn two applications of potentiometer in class 12. One is to compare the EMF of two primary cells, and second is to measure the internal resistance of a primary cell. Figure shows the circuit arrangement to compare the EMF of two primary cells. E1 and E2 are the two primary cells whose EMF is to be compared, and E is a driver cell which maintains constant current across the wire of the potentiometer using rheostat, and the value of driver cell must be greater than the EMF of the cells to be compared. Then only we will get balancing point, null point, no deflection point on the wire. This is a resistance box which prevents the flow of any excessive current in the galvanometer and hence saves it from getting damaged. This is jockey which is just used to establish contact over the wire, and this is your rheostat. So this is the circuit arrangement which is used to compare the EMF of two primary cells. Now how to compare? Let us see. First key K1 is closed. Key K1 is closed and key is kept in the gap between 1 and 3 of 2A key. This brings cell of EMF E1 in the circuit, and a balancing point is searched over the wire by pressing the jockey at different points along the length of the wire. Let it be obtained at J1, and length of AJ1 portion of the wire is L1. Then we can write E1 is equal to KL1. This will be our first expression. Next, what we will do? Next, key is removed from the gap between the 1 and 3 and it is introduced in the gap between 1 and 2 and 3. This brings cell E2 in the circuit, and again we search no deflection point along the length of the wire by pressing the jockey at different points on the wire. Suppose this time we are getting no deflection point at J2 and length of AJ2 portion of the wire is L2, then E2 is equal to K into L2. Dividing 1 and 2, we get E1 by E2 is equal to L1 by L2. So this is how potentiometer is used to compare the EMF of two primary cells. Now next, how potentiometer is used to find out the internal resistance of a primary cell. So figure shows you the circuit arrangement. E is the cell whose primary cell whose internal resistance we have to determine, and a resistance box is connected across the cell along with a key, and this is your driver cells which maintains constant current across the wire of the potentiometer. Now let us see how we can find out the internal resistance. So first, key K1 is closed and jockey is pressed at different points along the length of the wire and null point is searched. Suppose we are getting no deflection point at J1, then length of the AJ1 portion of the wire, AJ1 portion of the wire is L1, then we can write E is proportional to L, or E is equal to K into L. Next, key K2 is closed and a low value resistance is introduced through the resistance box 1. In this situation, current is drawn from the cell, so potential difference across the terminals of the cell can be obtained again by searching null point on the potentiometer wire. So after closing key K1 and K2 and introducing a small value resistance through resistance box R1, jockey is pressed at different points along the length of the wire to find out null point. Suppose we are getting at point J2 and length of AJ2 portion of the wire is L2, then V is equal to K into L2. So E by V is equal to L1 by L2. Now, if I is the current flowing through the cell E1 or drawn from the cell E1, and capital R is the value of resistance that is introduced in the resistance box 1. So we can write E is equal to I R plus R, where R is the small r is the internal resistance of the cell, and potential drop across the external resistance that has been introduced through the resistance box V can be written as V is equal to I into R. So E by V, after arranging, finally we get a small r is equal to E by V minus 1 in bracket into capital R, and E by V we have obtained here as L1 by L2. We can put it L1 by L2 in place of E by V. So this will give us the value of internal resistance of the primary cell. Now let us see some objective questions which may be asked. Why potentiometer is preferred over voltmeter for measuring EMF of a cell? So null point is searched in case of potentiometer, and at null point no current is drawn from the cell, and we know that the terminal potential difference between the terminals of the cell when no current is drawn from the cell is known as EMF of the primary cell. So potentiometer exactly measures the EMF of the cell as no current is drawn from the cell, so there will be no question of potential drop in case of across the internal resistance of the cell, which is not so in case of voltmeter. Next is sensitivity of potentiometer. As small the value of potential difference it measures, the more sensitive is the potentiometer. The smaller is the value a potentiometer measures, the more sensitive potentiometer is. It shows when potentiometer shows significant change in balancing length for a very small change in the potential difference to be measured, then potentiometer is said to be more sensitive. The smaller is the potential gradient, the more sensitive is the galvanometer. How sensitivity of potentiometer can be increased? So we have to decrease the potential. Smaller is the potential grade, the more sensitive is the potentiometer. So potential gradient is V by L. So if we increase L, potential gradient will reduce, sensitivity will increase. So increasing the length of the potentiometer wire, or by reducing the current using rheostats. So these are the two ways through which we can increase the sensitivity of a potentiometer. Next, see one question based on potentiometer. A potentiometer wire of length 1 meter has a resistance of 10 ohm. It is connected to a 6 volt battery in series with resistance of 5 ohm. Determine the EMF of the primary cell which gives balance point at 40 centimeter. So, in order to find out the EMF of the primary cell, first we have to find out the potential gradient, fall in potential per unit length, and we are having the balancing length. So potential gradient into balancing length will give you the EMF of the primary cell. So here AB is your potentiometer wire, its length is 1 meter, resistance is 10 ohm. So total resistance is R plus 5, R resistance 10 ohm, resistance of the potentiometer wire, and 5 ohm resistance connected in series. So total resistance is 15 ohm, and battery is of 6 volts. So current will be 6 by 15, that is 0.4 ampere. Now what is the potential drop across the length of the wire? So V is equal to I into R. I is 0.4 and resistance of the wire is 10 ohm. So 0.4 into 10, it becomes 4 volt. So potential gradient is V by L. V is 4 volt and length of the wire is 1 meter, that is 4 by 100. This will give you volt per centimeter, potential gradient volt per centimeter. Now EMF of the cell is equal to potential gradient into balancing length. So this gives us the EMF of the given primary cell as 1.6 volt. Next question. A 10-meter long wire of uniform cross section and 20 ohm resistance is used in potentiometer. The wire is connected in series with a battery of 5 volt with external resistance 480 ohm. If unknown EMF E is balanced at 6 meter length of the wire, calculate the potential gradient of the potentiometer wire and the value of unknown EMF. So you can see here the resistance of the potentiometer wire is 20 ohm and external resistance that is connected is 480. So total resistance becomes 480 plus 20, that is 500, and battery is of 15 volts. So current will be E dash by R plus R dash, 5 by 20 plus 480. This will give you the current as 0.01 ampere. Now potential drop across the potentiometer wire is V is equal to I into R. Current is 0.01 ampere. Resistance of the wire is 20 ohm. So potential drop across the length of the wire is 0.2 volt. Now potential gradient is V by L. So it will be 0.2 by length of the wire, which is 10 meter. So it is 0.02 volt per meter. EMF of this cell is equal to potential gradient into balancing length. So 0.02, balancing length is given 6 meter. So multiply it by 6, you will get 0.12 volt, which is the EMF of the primary cell. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.